And I am live. Good morning, everybody, from Santa Clarita, California, here a bit north of Los Angeles proper. Good morning to all of you, and a very happy Friday to all of you. And I, of course, hope that your Friday is off to a great start. Get myself presentable there. There we go. All right. It is Friday. It is the beginning of the weekend, and it is getaway day. Been waiting for me. Francis, how are you? Good morning to you. And happy Friday to you. Just getting the day gone here. Got my unofficial sponsor. There we go. Marie Duffy, how are you? The unofficial sponsor of the Rosie O'Kelly Morning Chooch, 7-Eleven here, 18:15, 6:50. What is that? 6:51 p.m. in Germany. Okay, you're good. Glad to hear that. Man, what a frosty night last night. Woo! Coming out of Bella Rose, the Queen of Buffalo. How you doing, honey? Coming out of Yuma, where we get down to about 75 degrees at nighttime. I mean, it was like 48 degrees, 47 degrees or something at 2 a.m. when we rolled into Santa Clarita. It's a very nice, it's a very, what you call a hoity-toity, very tony northern suburb of LA here. And the good news is we have made it through LA, gone into the 30s. Quinny, how you doing? Good morning to you. Gone into the 30s there in Buffalo. It's prime football season, right? Get those pads on, get those helmets on, and get knocking heads there. Well, it's quite a stream yesterday from Yuma to through LA. Didn't go exactly as far as I wanted to. 5:53 p.m. in Belfast, Northern Ireland. I'd hoped to make it over the football and hockey. I'd hoped to make it over the grapevine last night, but with all that dental work that Marshall had done last night, didn't think that was going to be a reality. And I think about 2 a.m. he was cooked. We pulled off here to Santa Clarita. Very noisy place. They're doing some work on all of the on ramps and stuff around here. And we got Goldie Con. Good morning to you. They're doing a lot of work on the on ramps for the I-5 and things. So it's all night long. You just heard trucks banging around and dumping gravel. Not much to really see around here, to be honest with you, on the parking lot. But it was okay. But I got to bed I think I got to bed about 4 o'clock or so, about 4:30 or so this morning. Got up about 8:15 because I'll tell you, it was cold, man. And I even had a sleeping bag over top of me. The sleeping bag, I undo the zipper and put the whole thing over me like a comforter. And, Rosie's the old bat, right? So I was feeling that chill all night last night. You'll get in on the road soon. How you doing, Lindsay? Good morning to you. Well, I'm waiting on Marshall. I don't know. We never boondock at the same location, so I'm not exactly sure where he is around here. Boondocking in a camper van is a much more challenging experience than boondocking in this little utility van. How you doing, Allison? It's cold here. Been raining all day. I hear you. Well, there's not a cloud in the sky up here. Let me make sure this. Make sure the old guy can get into his car okay. Rancho bound today, guys. I'd like to be able to make the Rancho. I'd like to get away within the hour because we're going to hit Oakland traffic up there, and that can be terrible on a Friday afternoon going around the Bay Area there. So I'm kind of keeping my fingers crossed, but I know he's going to be feeling it this morning with all the dental work that he had done yesterday. It doesn't help with my osteoarthritis in my left knee and my right ankle. Yeah, I hear you. I'm just kind of snapping to here. I'm excited to be seeing Missy Jenn today, and texting her this morning, and she's getting stuff all ready on the Rancho. Good morning, Shay Shay. How are you today, my lovely? Hope you're doing well. So I wasn't really expecting it to be that chilly in here, so that really surprised me. And if it's I don't know, I think you get older and you're more susceptible to the cold. I don't mind the heat, but the cold. How many hours? We got about something on the order of 300 some miles to get home. I'm in a place called Santa Clarita, which is we've cleared LA, which is good. Those of you who were on the stream at 1 to 2 a.m. our epic ride through LA last night, and I've never barreled so quickly through LA. If you're gonna go through LA, like when I was coming down to Encinitas, the beautiful beach town I started my journey, it took me, what did it take me? It took me an hour and 15 minutes to get across LA. Well, last night I barreled through in about 15 minutes, so there was hardly anybody on the road. Yeah, it's very doable. It's gonna be, trying to get the camper van onto the property today. It's going to be challenging. We have to get established what the routine is going to be, and things like that. So it's gonna be a pretty quiet weekend. I say that, and I'll probably be baking tonight in a bikini. You're Rosie girl. You're Rosie girl. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how things go. I'll probably do something anyway tonight. But after after 23 days on the road, 3 weeks and 2 days, I'm ready to get back to the Rancho. El Gordo, good morning, Greg. El Gordo, El Toro, Elvis. He's got to be somewhere around here. I didn't know he would just randomly just pick an exit and go off last night, but I can imagine his his dental work was starting to catch up with him, and I can understand. I mean, that was a long haul in from the desert into San Diego, the big climb up the Cahuta pass there and into San Diego, and then I think we did 130 more miles past that. So we did probably half the journey we have completed to this point. So I would have liked to have gotten up to a place called Button Willow, which is a pretty good place to buy gasoline in the Central Valley on Highway 58 that goes into Bakersfield, but we just didn't make it that far. But we got the big climb this morning, guys. We got the big climb. Survivor, how you doing? Watch out for those zombies. One of my favorite shows, Santa Clarita Diet with Drew Barrymore. Yes, I'm in Santa Clarita. Good morning, Cajun Kev and Shamaj. Nice to see you today. Not much of distinction up here. Just clearing my throat this morning. I got to take one of my allergy pills, but all these neighborhoods kind of blend together. You got soccer moms. Yeah, it was a great show indeed. I want to thank. It was a big chat last night. A lot of people on the stream. I appreciated that. I appreciated the kind level of support that I got through the PayPal. The tips that came in overnight were amazing to me, and I'm very happy about that. you put out content, and it's a very it's a nice thing. It's a really nice feeling. It warms my heart. You know, the level of support that I get is really really a wonderful thing. Hey, I know the current you know, the current mix of things right now isn't, you know, there's a measure of people that aren't real happy with things these days, but it's life. It's real life. Let's see. How you doing, kitty cat? Nice to see you. Happy Friday morning to you. I hope this guy doesn't hit my van here. I don't know whether I parked in the middle of like a retirement community or what. I gotta worry about some of these old duffers hitting my van here when they open their doors. Yeah, Pop, don't take the paint off, please. Thank you. Man, I hate to be cold when I'm trying to sleep at night. I know, you know, Marshall's like, oh, I like that cold weather in the 40s and 50s. I don't like that at all. Don't like that at all. And even with this thick sleeping bag here, I was still awful chilly last night. Let's see. Yeah, how you doing? How you doing, Simon? Cheryl Highfield. Lots of love to you, my friend. And the Mouse Toes, good morning to you, and Kim C, thank you. Yeah, Carlos, just give me a chance to get on the to get you all squared away on the you know, I always unblock all of your accounts, Carlos, no problem at all. I got Mouse Toes in here. Good morning to you, Kim C. Some of you were on very late last night. I appreciate that, or very early this morning. Joe Smith, happy Friday. And Winky, there's my Winky girl there. I get up here, I'm the only person wearing a cowboy hat in the area. I love it. I was like, hey cowgirl, what are you gonna have for breakfast? What do you want to have for coffee today, hon? What it is, I guess the older people shop early in the morning. I don't know, they probably get up at 4 or 5 a.m. or something, go to bed at 8. Must be a special on toilet paper. This guy's got like five packs of 5 8-packs or something. Yeah, Winky's really a sweetie pie. There's the Kim. She said she would when she had. Yes, I will. I'll definitely take care of that, Carlos. You know, I always unblock all of your accounts. What would it be without Carlos coming in and promoting somebody else's chat? She'll say, Rosie, you're big enough. It doesn't matter to you. Let's see, how far from home are you? Somebody can put in the distance from Santa Clarita, California to Santa Rosa. It's something on the order of 350, 380 miles, something like that. We got to run out today. Let's see. Yeah, Carlos. Yeah, I got you covered, Carlos. Don't worry. Have I ever failed you in the line of duty? I gotta see, is that the... Okay, I think I see Marshall's camper van over there, so I guess he boondocked around the same area last night. He needs his 10 to 12 hours of sleep at night, I think. So Scottish, how you doing, sweetie? Have you ever been to Santa Cruz? Yeah, I've been to Santa Cruz. The most remarkable feature of Santa Cruz is the boardwalk that they have there and the ride. And it's right next to a place called Capitola, California. And Capitola is like the Harley Davidson capital of the West Coast. It's all these biker clubs and it's all bikers everywhere. Santa Cruz is near Monterey, which is a beautiful, beautiful area. I'm hoping on the return, if we go back to Mexico, I am really hoping that we'll go down the Pacific Coast Highway, because you will see Pacifica, you will see Salinas, you will see Monterey, Santa Cruz, San Simeon, San Luis Obispo, where Cal Poly is, and right on down to Santa Barbara, Malibu, and all that. You get to San Simeon, where the Hearst Castle is over there. Good morning, Joey D. Nice to see you on here this morning. Bright and early. So what's this lady doing with this shopping cart? I can't believe this lady wedged her shopping cart between two cars. Gonna take half the paint on the door getting that off of there, man. How far is the Rancho from Skid Row? Well, right now I'm about 20 miles from Skid Row, north of Skid Row. So add about 370 miles the Rancho is from Skid Row in LA. So good morning, Lee. Good morning, everybody else that's coming to the chat. Johnny West, how are you? There we go, Julie. Happy National Taco Day. There we go. Anytime when I hear you saying filling up, I always think about my home healing system here in the UK. We call gas petrol. Yes, I need to get some petrol this morning. I can't believe this lady, instead of backing her car down, she's trying to push it between these two cars. I think she's definitely taking paint off the doors there. Let me go over and give her a hand. Hold on a minute. You're gonna wreck that car. Hold on. Have a good day. Oh, wow. Another tragedy avoided. Let's see. Too bad ICE is not on LA anymore. You could have sniped him. Yeah, ICE is over in, I don't know. He was over in the Czech Republic or somewhere over there last I saw. The weird town. People drive their old VW Beetles. This woman's got a Carmen Gia that just pulled in next to me. Hail the King, J Masters Spency. How you doing? Thanks for asking. Yeah, I don't want to see this guy's nice Hyundai, top of the line Hyundai, get a big scratch on the side of it there. Luckily, he's got one of those door guards. It must be mandatory in this neighborhood here. Another car. Thanks you for saving us. You have my permission to kick anyone's ass that scratches your van. There you go, Cajun Heaven. I think the dentist took care of kicking Marshall's ass yesterday. I don't think you have to worry about that. Today's the day he'll really be feeling it. Really be feeling it today. It's going to be unusual when we get to the Rancho. It's stuff that's got to be figured out. It's going to be late afternoon probably. And, you know, I don't know how things are going to be set up there, and people are asking me what's going to happen, and blah, blah. I don't know yet. I haven't a clue. Just pull in and take it easy on the first night, and tomorrow we'll take care of everything. So I just don't realize. Yeah, Kitten Cat's not here. We have another kitty cat here. Kitty Cat. Let's see if I missed anything on the chat here today. I wanted to also talk about Stellar. I went to sleep and I was listening to his hangout last night, and it was like his swan song from the Boyd. And he's decided that, the Boyd is a toxic kind of place, and that he's going to move on and do his own thing. And I wish him all the best in doing that. Stellar and I have had our friendships, we've had our strains on our relationship. He's done entire hangouts on me, multiple hangouts on me on his channel. I don't bear him any ill will at all. I think that he has a very good heart. But I'm astounded in reality that somebody can come on to the Boyd for, as he claims, 4 or 5 years, whatever. And it took 4 or 5 years to figure out that this is a toxic environment. I mean, come on, man. I mean, geez. I mean, we're all here for a reason. People gravitate to the Boyd for a reason. It's not the drama community. People will try to turn it into the drama community, but Boyd is its own special animal here. It's its own special niche on YouTube. And the people that populate the Boyd, including myself, we're all people that struggle with life issues. You know, how you doing, Nathan? And I had some sort of time overnight to think about that. We're all people that are, I called it years ago, like I termed the coin, I took it from Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, that it's the land of misfit toys, the Boyd. In other words, if you can't find a home somewhere else on YouTube in a legitimate community, be it the beauty community, be it the drama community, be it the transgender community, be it the RB community, somebody like Marshall. If you cannot find a home in those traditional communities, the Boyd is like the Statue of Liberty standing there. Give us your tired, your poor, your huddled masses yearning to be dickheads here. People with major health problems, major disabilities that they struggle with and cope with in life, people with severe mental issues, people that are on this is supposed to be a nice suburb, right? People that struggle with prescription painkiller addictions, people like me that struggle with gender identity issues, people that struggle with severe depression, people that struggle with social awkwardness and agoraphobia and things like that. Like I said, for myself, gender dysphoria, autogenophilia, things like that. I mean, this is what I think drives our community. But the beauty of the Boyd is in our shared differentness. I'll be politically correct. I'm scared because these old people around here are driving me crazy. I mean, they're banging shopping carts full in and on into cars. They're wearing the big bat glasses and stuff. I don't know whether they see okay or not, but and let's face it, some people that come along, a person like Stellar, you're not cut out to be on the Boyd. And I don't say that in a negative way. It's just that, you're a nice guy. Okay? So it shouldn't be a surprise to you that you come down here, you throw off a few phrases in Latin, you quote the great philosopher Rene Descartes, I think, therefore I am. And you do a couple hangouts and you expose people for being enablers or hydras, in my case of the axis of weasels, Marshall and Dave and Bergs and people like that. But the reality is, that It's what drives the boy. It's why we're here. And once in a while you'll get a quality individual that comes along like a Stellar, and with theological training, some measure of philosophical training, but psychological, a lot of psychology training and stuff. And your natural tendency is to stumble onto the void and then think to yourself, how can I repair this situation? How can I remove the miscreants? How can I cure what ails the void without the recognition of what makes the void? Okay. And also, my only bone of contention really with Stellar, because I like him as an individual. He's a fine, upstanding person. He is a quality individual. But I see this amongst a lot of psychologists and stuff that I dealt with over the years and in my own gender experience. You read some textbooks, you get some training, and you start to apply what I call the scientific method to things in life. You think, well, let's go to the textbook and see is this a textbook narcissist? Is this a textbook, self-loathing individual or something like that? And you start to analyze people when, as I said, you got a collection of people here that are, for the most part, and I'm not talking about people that come into the Boyd, certainly my moderators aren't part of that group, but the core Boyd people, we all have something either major physically, mentally, emotionally in our makeup that brought us to this place. And you're not going to come in here with some textbook psychology, and you're not going to change the atmosphere down here. It's a good try, but as I said, my big bone of contention is that you ever look at yourself. I'll use this example. Have you ever looked at yourself from pictures of like 5 years ago, or I see myself almost 7 years ago on YouTube when I look at my early videos? And you look at those pictures from 5 years ago and you think to yourself, what's the first thing that comes to mind when you see yourself in a picture that's several years old of yourself? Let me ask, you guys are smart. What's the first thing that you think of in your mind when you look at old pictures of yourself? The first thing you usually think of when you see old pictures of yourself, oh wow, I look so young. Yeah, you say, how did this happen? I look so young in that picture. I was so youthful and exuberant. Where did the years go? How did the changes happen? And this is the thing that I would impress on Stellar, is that real change takes long-term commitment, okay, and a realization that things don't happen overnight, okay? It's the same way you look at a photograph. If you were to see yourself day by day, you would never really see the changes. You wake up, you look in the mirror, you brush your hair, you put on your makeup, you're not aware, okay? It takes time to change things, time. And I always see Stellar is the kind of guy that comes in, tries a few, I don't want to say, pulls a few tricks out of his bag, out of the magician's bag, and gets disappointed because they don't work, okay? Real change takes hands-on, daily effort. You can take somebody like Marshall. If you can't see the changes between 5 years ago, 2 years ago, and even a year ago, it's because you're like that person looking at that picture, but you're not looking at the picture. You're looking at things on a daily basis, and it's the perception to you is that things don't change down there. Well, there are some people, Joe, that are willing to roll up their sleeves and be in it for the long haul, Okay, not that I'm trying to change anybody, because time will change that. Time will change people. Time and maturity and things like that. So, although I like Joe very much, as I said, I do wish him, I certainly wish him incredible success on the new direction of his YouTube, YouTube channel. This place is the Void for a reason, okay? And the main reason is the Void is we're a collection of people that you should not be surprised that have real physical, mental, emotional issues in life. And that's the reality of it. We cannot change other people. How you doing? Have to want that change, but for the most part, we need to. That's exactly correct. You know, the intentions are very noble, but simply doing a 1-hour hangout, as versus being engaged and involved, it's the same thing I said about the shortcomings of the Catholic Church. You can either be a person that accepts the fact that human beings are flawed at their very core. Ain't none of us gods. I don't care whether you're an Assyrian god or whatever. If you start from that basis that we're all flawed individuals, then you can actually roll up your sleeves, get to work. What is this guy going to do? Back an 18-wheeler into this? This is like something out of the Twilight Zone. Okay, like I said, it's kind of like the Catholic Church and the failings with pedophile priests and other misdeeds and things. Who will be the persons to affect change? Who will be the people to affect real change in life? Okay, it's not going to be, shouldn't have cream in my coffee. I always pay the price for that. It's not going to be the people that walk away. It's going to be the people that roll up their sleeves and stay and fight the dirty, long-term battle of really affecting change. Same thing with the church. If you don't like the way the church is run, you got two choices. You can either walk away and say, I don't like the direction, I don't like the way the church is running, or you can be an agent of change for that, okay? Now, I'm not saying, as Kenny G said, I'm not a person in here, I don't try to change people, okay? All you can do is just be around people and hope for the best, that things rub off on people. Sam Telfer, how you doing, baby? How you doing? I'm learning to have more and more flaws. Good morning, by the way. So I get frustrated with psychologists. I get frustrated with people that try to apply the scientific method to life. You learn enough about things that you can't help but start to fit people into categories. Well, this person's a narcissist. This person is a egomaniac. This person is a sadist. No, this person is a composition of a lot of different elements in life. Okay? And the failing of psychology is it tends to address one particular thing, but not the whole persona. So this follows the course of moving away. It follows the typical course of what I've seen in life. And I'm older. And people that come in and think that they're going to change things often go away disappointed and frustrated because they don't see the change that they expect, because they're not like that person that looks at a photograph and then looks at that photo, then looks at themselves 2 years later and says, wow, I've really changed. In other words, change is not even perceptible to them. And they put their values and their faith in people that they seem somewhat incapable of understanding the realities of what goes on under the surface of some of these chats and things. And there's a certain there's a certain naiveness that's it's kind of rattling to me. That you know, some of the things that you rail against are the things that occur on a daily basis, and yet you know, you happily support that, and that's very frustrating to me. Morning, Marshall.
Hey.
Oh man, you look like you went 15 rounds. They got coffee across the street there, but I like to just tell, how you doing, Beryl? I do like to tell Stellar, though, that I do wish you the best, but I just think that coming into the Boyd, you never recognize really the realities of what drives the Boyd, but you're a heck of a nice guy. And as I said before, you weren't a person cut out for the Boyd. You were too good for the Boyd in there. So I think that you'll find happiness doing your own thing. All right, Marshall on deck, ready for the grapevine. Yeah, life is too complicated to come in and dash off a few Latin phrases, you know, a few of the great philosophers, and expect that you're going to affect any kind of change here on the Boyd. Life doesn't work that way. People don't come into you like it's a classroom with open minds and say, here I am, a clean chalkboard, now write on me and make impressions and teach me something. You know, it doesn't work that way. You're coming into a community that's already pretty much set in its ways.
What's the news with Stoller?
He's moving on from the Boyd and doing his own. He's changing the direction of his channel, which is fine. So I always in life never cotton to people, as my grandmother said, that weren't in it for the long haul and weren't willing to roll up their sleeves and affect change, but would walk away from things and say, you know what, I gave it my shot and I'm done. No.
What's his channel about? I know he's just a guy who gives money to people, basically.
Well, he
gave money to
theological, philosophical, and psychological channel, and he's good listening to a lot of times. But he has his say.
Is he like a?
He's done multiple hangouts.
Is he like a wannabe version of Dr. Phil?
No, I think he's Dr. Phil with a more religious bent.
Religious.
Phil. And
so is this channel about religion? I don't know. I mean,
it's about life and things like that. It's hard to really describe. But I am saying my admiration in life is reserved for people that slug it out. They stay. If they don't like the church, they do their darndest to battle for change. If they don't like the way that their city's being run, and they get mad enough, they run for office and go in there and they roll up their sleeves and they give it their best shot. Those are the people that I really admire in life. The people that don't have to look at a photograph from 5 years ago and say, wow, I really changed over 5 years. But the people that can look at incremental change and things that happen on a weekly and monthly basis too.
Didn't you say, Rosie, that for the record you're not religious?
No, I'd say I'm a pretty religious person. I say my prayers. I believe in God.
Mm-hmm.
You know. So.
Do you want to show people a view of the grapevine?
No, we'll be on the road soon enough. Okay. Yeah, his face is bashed up today. Yeah, you don't really know anything about Stellar. I've couched this in a very positive light, this conversation today, because he is leaving, and he gave his parting words for the Boyd. So I wanted to give him my thoughts and reflections on a guy that really wasn't cut out to be on the Boyd. He's cut out to be in traveling in higher company than down on the Boyd. I've changed on Boyd, maybe not for the. Hey, what's up, Bunny? How you doing today? So that's my positive message at the end of the day. I hope he finds the rewards and happiness. But you know,
a lot of people say they're gonna say goodbye and they come back. Like Nicole.
Well, he said he'll be in chats, but he doesn't want to be in chats when they turn to drama and things
like
that.
So did the landscaping guy wake you up this morning? It was Johnny
Last night was a nightmare.
Why?
I was cold as can be. It was what, 47 degrees when we rolled in here last night.
Oh, I slept like a baby.
I was freezing, man.
Were you?
I didn't sleep.
Oh, well,
At 4:30 in the morning, I finally got off to sleep, and then these guys working construction out on the road were dumping loads of stones and banging around and backhoes and bulldozers.
I didn't hear
and all
them,
that.
but I heard the landscaping guy.
I really don't use my Twitter too much. I find in my community, there's very few happy things that are really ever posted on Twitter. It's the same reason I'm not on Periscope anymore, because it's really the wild west of social media.
It's the unfiltered, raw.
Yeah. So that wraps it up on Stellar. So that's my farewell and best wishes to you, my friend. You have touched my life also. We've had our epic disagreements. We've F-bombed each other occasionally on the chats and things. But I will just say this, not everything is black and white, and not everything in life comes out of a textbook. The biggest and the best lessons in life come from where real life.
So since you're
streets.
broadcasting this guy, when I've listened to, I don't really listen to it that much, but he sounds to me like, I don't know if he's a Christian or preacher or whatever his shtick is, but what is the reason that he left? Did he give the reason for leaving?
because you know, he's after 5 years he finally figured out that Boyd is a toxic environment. I mean, I was like,
it doesn't take 5 years to figure that out.
well, that's what I'm saying. I mean, if you couldn't
it could
figure
take you
out,
a week to figure it out.
that's what I'm.
Hey,
that was my point. That,
mentioning one woman that I'm
How
not,
you doing, JK?
I'm not going to mention.
That's right, JK. The wisest man has made the most mistakes.
You know the one woman that.
And there's another philosopher. The wise man knows what he does not know in life.
You know the one woman that talked to you on the phone the other day, right? Before we left the desert.
Yep.
Okay.
Wonderful lady.
Now, look, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out. It doesn't take 5 years to figure out that Boyd, whatever you want to call it, is a very, very evil, toxic place. There's good people in it, but most of them are not good. So, I think if he was 5 years, he enjoyed it. I don't think it takes. That's just my opinion. I don't think it takes 5 years to.
Well, that was my point. In
figure
pretty
it
short
out.
order, you can kind of figure out what the, you know, it's a land of misfit toys. We all have.
Wasn't he
we're all
buddy
here for a
buddy with
reason.
Dave
Which
for a while?
one?
You know, our
The
Dave,
fisherman?
LCD. Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I'm
I
not
don't know.
sure. I never really, I never really knew that. But my point is, he's better served and his talents are better used in other communities, and I think he finally came to that recognition. For me, I'm tenacious. You know, my zodiac sign is what?
You know,
What's my zodiac sign?
are you an Aquarius?
No, I'm a dog. I mean, in Chinese zodiac, the dog.
Oh, the dog. Okay.
And the dog, it has what characteristics? What makes a dog? It's fiercely loyal, number one. It's tenacious. I told the story of the in Japan, where that dog would walk with his master to the train station every day, and the guy would get on the train and go into Tokyo, and every afternoon when that guy came home, that dog was waiting at that platform for that guy to walk home with him. Well, one day the guy died. But you know, for years that dog kept showing up at that platform every afternoon. That's the dog. That's what makes a dog. That fierce and stupid loyalty. It just knows no end.
So let me ask you this real quick. You know those people that you've seen them on the street and they'll be preaching Jesus, Jesus,
Yeah.
you're gonna go to hell. Like imagine, you know, those Christian
you
groups
see
that
him
would
in
go
Las
to,
Vegas. Yeah.
that would go to go to Tijuana or Vegas.
Yeah.
You guys are sinning. Stop gambling. Stop going to prostitutes. You know, like those type of aggressive Christians, whatever you want to call them. I don't know what they call them, their group.
Well,
Would
they're
you-
proselytizers. They're out there to change.
Right,
preaching.
right, exactly.
Yeah.
So would you what do you call them again?
Proselytizing.
Would you
people. They're
consider
there to preach.
Would you consider Stellar like one of those guys?
No, because I think those people are very, to some extent, raw. They're
Raw.
either very religious at their core and have had some type of spiritual thing that grabbed them, or or they're surface people that take the basic tenets of something and then run with it.
Yeah.
Like ex-smokers. Hey, they're the strongest one that's telling people quit smoking. You know, they become the strongest
Right.
reformers. To me, Stellar is an elegant blend of psychology, sociology, and theology, religion, social study, and psychology. Well, you know, I hate to tell you, that may not be the magic key to understanding people in life. And
I don't think people at the bottom of YouTube are interested in religion. I think they're
some are
interested
to an
in
extent.
drama. They're interested in, you know, drama, gossip, all that kind of stuff. That's what they want. They don't want travel content or RV content or food content. They don't want. They want drama, gossip, like, you know, the Rosie Springer show.
Well,
That's
that's
what
what I'm
sells.
saying. I'm putting myself on a much lower rung
Right.
than Stellar. Okay. And my parting word is, it is at his core and beyond, he's a very nice person. He's a good guy. He deals faithfully and you know, with a good heart with people. That's the bottom line. Now, Boyd disappointed him. People that disclosed his private information and doxed him. And
When I
stuff
think
like
about
that.
bottom of YouTube, I think about the Puppet Man. I think about Anthony Norbecker, Mike Mundane,
Boyd, yeah.
all these guys that are putting videos together and make them. I'm thinking about the humor of it, not the evil of it. We know there's a lot of evil of it, but I'm thinking
Hey,
about
Shannon.
the funny stuff, the funny guys that are on there,
Yeah,
stuff like that.
it's a community of very watchable,
Right.
entertaining people that, you know, you can hate them, you can love them, but you know, you continue to watch them. So since he took the opportunity to change directions, I just wanted to give him a well wish and good luck on the future of his channel, and just have my
Right.
thoughts on why the Void is a different animal and why it doesn't take years to figure out that
No, it
this is
doesn't
a
take
toxic
5 years.
environment.
You can be in there for a couple of hours
Yeah.
or a day or two and figure out.
Yeah,
what it
Boyd is more creative than drama. That's what I'm saying. Boyd will never be absorbed by drama. Uh, you know, Boyd will absorb drama people, but drama will never absorb the Boyd. The reason being is because everybody will revert to their basic Boyd nature. Okay,
How many?
it's like you can take oil and vinegar and you can shake it up and you can put it on your salad. But what happens if you sit that glass container of oil and vinegar? It's going to separate again. Okay, without the shaking up, it separates back to its individual components. That's why I love the Boyd, because I find people with psychological problems that I have, gender problems that I have, physical problems that some people have, people that are addicted to prescription painkillers, people that are on intense psychotropic medications, God love them, people that are lost souls.
Rosie, I actually think that you're moving out of the Boyd. I think you've already moved out of the Boyd because you're
Hey,
doing
how you doing, Yasmin?
you're doing a travel channel. You're in a van. Now, if you go back to the Rosie Springer show and
No.
do the panels, but like you said, you like Ice Poseidon. Rosie likes his YouTuber called Ice Poseidon. He goes around, streams people, and you know he's got all this fancy equipment.
You're welcome, Nate.
So, I think, you know, if you go back to the panel hangout, but I think you've actually moved away from it.
Well,
completely,
I'll
I
always
think.
be Boyd at my core. Where is your home? It's where you're, you know, it's where it's all.
But
it
the
all
community
began
you come
and
from is
evolved.
transgendered. It's
But
not
I
Boyd.
came from pre-Boyd, you know,
No.
and then the Boyd evolved around me in 2015, and evolved around you and Drury and all the other people that came in. And
No.
like it or not, it feels like a home to me. I'm a proud Boyd carrying member. Do I do other things now? Yes. But I'm saying, where are the bulk of my friends? They're on the Boyd. They're on the Boyd, and that's where my heart will always be.
The bottom
You take a person like me with severe gender identity issues.
Right.
You've said it yourself. What the hell are you? You know,
But
and I'm
when-
not going to tear into that, but I'm
Right.
just saying. That's why I find a home on the Boyd.
when Drury
You know,
started,
I don't fit into the traditional
Yeah.
trans community, right? You're like, why don't you ever have trans on your chats? And things like that, because I'm a misfit.
Right.
I'm in the land of misfit toys. That's why I'm perfect in the
But
void here. A
but
lousy
when,
mix of exhibitionism, gender dysphoria, autogenophilia, the whole thing.
when Jory started the hangouts,
I mean, you got to have self-recognition. It's like Stellar said, you've got to know yourself, okay? And that was a hard reality of mine in 2019 to finally just acknowledge this is what I am. As fucked up and screwed up as it is, this is what I am, okay? I can't pretend to be something that I'm not, so... There's a lot of truth and a lot of value in what he says, but I'm more doggedly determined in my life to, I don't just walk away from places.
When Jory started the the hangouts, it was RV community. There's no such thing as Boyd.
I know.
And all these people came into the RV community.
I know.
The Puppet Man and all these other people, they came into our community.
Corey.
Corey's wasn't an RVer. Or whoever else. Jimmy Rance was from the prepper community. I think these people in the Boyd, they come from different communities. Like Jimmy Rance was a prepper. I don't know what community Corey was from. The Puppet Man, they came into the RV community. But I don't take any credence in this name Boyd or this community. It doesn't mean anything. There's no meaning behind it, Like the Puppet Man, what community is he from? I mean, he's got his own. He's a puppet guy, but
he's a drama guy.
Well, I don't know what. Like I said, it's.
He's just he's an entertainer, man. Yeah, Jimmy Rance ruled. That's exactly
Jimmy
right.
Rance is a prepper community. All these people came together.
I'm just saying that's why I love this community, and that's why I'm in no hurry to pull up anchor and leave the boat.
All those people are gone.
All of these people.
There's not many left.
Virtually all these people that struggle with issues like I do, there's also a core of real commonality and decency with these recognition that we have these problems. We wish we could do better, but it is what it is in life.
I think we see a lot of new people on your show and my show.
Oh, don't start that First Amendment auditor BS, okay?
Don't you think it's changed all the audience? Look at all the new people.
Well,
there's so
it's
many
YouTube
new people
too.
yeah.
I mean, YouTube's always drawing new people, and you're going to lose some older people and
bring in some newer people.
But the other, like I said, the other failing of Stellar, and I'm not going to dive deep into that, but is an inability to see right in front of your eyes that some of the things that you hold up to be great in the way of chats, there's, I'll just leave it at that. Some things bear a deeper look underneath the surface. And I feel sad sometimes that some of the games that are played here are things that you unknowingly admire here on YouTube, and it's a few people, more than a few people, have noticed that, and it's tough to swallow sometimes. Bacon 1950s Hershey's syrup cake. That sounds good. Tiger Talk. That sounds good. Yeah, I don't watch. There you go. Bounty Hunter says I don't watch communities. I watch the person. Should be against the law to administer. What's that? Flyboy Glenn, how you doing? Is that the real Flyboy Glenn? I don't know. Yeah, so we'll see how it all turns out. At the end of the day, for me, meeting Rosie made me realize I was prejudiced towards trans people. Opened my mind. Now, JK, you can just say you're prejudiced against me because I'm stupid, right? Smart women, dumb choices. Wasn't there a book written about? Yeah, Flyboy Glenn, nice to see you. What an honor to have you in the chat. Yeah, Lindsay says I watch who I want and who I like, and those who I don't like, so it's all good. That's what I think most people do. But am I moving more into RVing and travel? Of course I am. Do I spend less time?
Yeah.
I only do solo hangouts now. I don't do panel chats, but I still like so many people in the Boyd because they make me feel good about my own personal struggles.
But what is the percentage of people that watch you from Boyd is very low?
I think it's actually very high. I think it's incredibly high.
I see all these new drama women here. We almost got
I think it's very high.
I think there's
A lot
more
of boy people never comment when they watch a video. Nice to see Kimberly. Yeah, we still got a haul today. And there's my Cassidy Hampton. We were going to make it up to Button Willow there, 58 last night, but we didn't quite make it. Yeah, I'm really happy to see Flyboy Glenn on here today. Mr. Z, looking forward to seeing you soon, Mr. Z. The king will be in Las Vegas, baby, styling on the strip down there. What about Mama Camus in the lockdown? No, I don't understand. No, I don't think she's in a mental facility. Jordan Blue. Let's see. Elvis is wrong. I don't know.
The majority of people that are watching you now, you
He
almost
may
have
act-
200 people watching. The
Yeah.
majority of these people are women from the drama community. My women viewership has went from 20 to 40%. Yes,
Yeah,
there's still people.
Mine went from 10% in 2013 to 75% now.
What is your women
75
viewership now total?
75%.
Really, 70?
Yeah.
And 40% of the people who watch me are women, and it's because of the drama community. Do people from bottom of YouTube, whatever, still watch us? Yeah, but the percentage
Hey,
is much.
Johnny Watt, I like what Beryl said. Boy, people scared me to death when I first stumbled upon them.
The majority of these people that are watching Rosie, especially her, she's saying 75% are women. I believe that
Oh, it's a real Flyboy. Yeah, I like
because
Flyboy
that's the
Glenn.
community that she pushes towards. If Rosie were to go to Quartzsite and start making videos and meeting people, the RV community would dominate, would overshadow the women of the drama community. It would completely change her channel. She would be moving in. Now she's moving in. She's not really a nomad. It's a travel channel. She's traveling. But if she starts to do things where she's living in the van and starts to get in with the nomads, now she's
Thank
more
you, Crystal.
travel channel, urban explorer, and the women in the drama community are watching her. That's where she's at.
Yeah, and I like them.
She shifted out of the drama on the bottom of YouTube.
But you haven't figured this. Suppose I'm converting drama women to travel with
They'll
RV
never
life.
travel.
They are. No,
They
not they won't travel. But now maybe I have them hooked into watching
They're
traveling
watching you,
adventures
but
now,
they'll never do what we're
where
doing.
they probably never watched
Nope.
it before.
Right.
So maybe I'm pulling people over to the travel world,
World,
stuff
yep.
from the drama community. There's two sides to the
Right.
coin.
They're watching.
Yeah.
But deep down inside, just like bottom of YouTube and drama, they want drama. That's what they want. That's why.
No,
they're
I'm
from-
calling my own shots, Jordan.
That's what.
I just don't want to. I'm not at the point I want to go after people's families with stuff like that. Okay. I'm trying to move beyond that kind of stuff. So,
Jordan Blue isn't she a transgender?
yeah, she's a long-standing friend of mine, and I don't want her insulted on here. I'm just asking her to try to keep it positive. Oh, so important you develop somewhat of a relationship with your viewers. Yeah. I like that I have women interested in seeing how I travel and things. That's very exciting to me. So I look at, yes, Cassidy's like, I hope to RV in my retirement, Rosie. That's awesome. Hey, Fitz, how you doing? Nice to see you.
That's the difference between me and Rosie. Like Border Nomad, when he came up to me, the people that watch me, there are real nomads that watch me, and the people that watch her, it's just women in the drama community that happen to like Rosie's personality, and whatever she does, they like her, they watch her. But she's had
Yeah, she's very consistent. Yeah, Jordan is consistent. Yeah. And she's got a mouthpiece on her, and she can use it here, so it's fun. I mean, she doesn't sugarcoat it to me. We talk and communicate privately too. Did you get a coffee or anything?
No, I didn't get a coffee.
Well, the 7-Eleven's across the street.
Yeah,
James, 'cause
actually,
we gotta
according
roll
to
out
the
of here.
doctor, according to the doctor's instructions,
Oh, you're
I
not
cannot
supposed-
eat
that's a-
anything hot or cold. It has to be warm.
When will that change?
As long I'm still swollen up over here.
Yeah, I
I'm
know.
still swollen up
I
and
know.
inflamed. I really got to watch what I'm eating. But I'm just gonna have some mashed potatoes real quick, and then we can move on.
All right. Well, you got better figure out where to get them. There must be something.
I actually
else,
have some left from KFC
okay,
last night,
all right.
but I was gonna pick up something from here. But
Well, I hope we can get on the road and over the pass because we have the tough climb. I know I need to get on the road. We're go ahead and close it down. Thank you for being on. I don't care where you came from to watch my channel. You know I appreciate each and every one of my watchers out there. Once again, my final cap, Stellar Joe. Good luck on your new format from your channel. I hope to see you around. You know, I'm sad sometimes you shortchange agents of change that work subtly and in ways that aren't appreciated on a short-term basis. This is not you know, pop and go life here. This is, as Marsha would say, this is real life. All right. Ramirez, my business has never been better on YouTube here, and I love all my people here. Thank you. Have a wonderful day. We'll see you on the road.
All right, guys. Have a good day. Woo!